You're listening to The Mark Cox Show. Follow the show on Facebook. Facebook.com/The Mark Cox Show.
Hi, folks. This is Al Gore. I may be bat crazy when it comes to climate change, but I never miss the Mark Cox Show.
All right, Al, thank you. I appreciate that. Boy, good to get Peggy Hubbard in here. You should go check out her Facebook page. She puts lots of her rants on there, and she calls them that herself. I'm not calling them that. But she's got some really good points about this monument, and I agree with her, and I hope she gets a huge turnout on Saturday from a bunch of common sense people who can make some people wake up and realize that tearing this thing down doesn't change anything, and you don't have a right to not be offended in this country. So you need to get over that. All right, let's see. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I have in the studio with me the one and only Bill Clevlan, and our history, we go back to what, 1995? Is that when you were in the studio with me at KMOV TV in the mornings?
Oh, 99 maybe.
Was it 99?
Don't date me
I
too
want to
much
make you a
here.
little older than you are here. Sorry about that. So Bill started working at Channel 4 as a production assistant and told me at the time that he was going to be the next David Letterman, and I believed him. And we've had a good time since then.
I remember this, and there are little things you remember, and you don't know why you remember them, but
Yeah.
I'm like 19 or 20 years old, and I walk into KMOV. It was my first broadcast job, and I was putting mail in the little cubbies that you guys, people don't realize how much fan mail TV people get, especially those morning show hosts. And so I'm putting the mail in the thing, and you came up to me, and I guess you could sense that maybe I was a little nervous or a little apprehensive about being there, and you said, "You know what? Everybody here puts their pants on the same way." And I've always thought to myself, why does he think I was worried about pants? But no, I thought that was very nice of you, and you put me at ease, and it was a fantastic time working there.
Well, that's because you were nervous about how to place Larry Connor's mail in the box just the right way, and I'm like, listen, everybody around here puts their pants on the same way.
It was Julius Hunter's
Oh,
mail,
was it
but
Hunter?
yeah,
Okay,
you got
probably.
the story right. Yeah.
So Bill, in addition to his long radio career, has a book that you've written here from your travels all around the country. Yeah. And I have to tell you, the last couple of years I've been pretty jealous because every time I check one of your Facebook updates, you're somewhere else. You're in Ohio or Washington, D.C. or Mount Rushmore, wherever. I mean, how'd you work this gig out, mister? That's awesome.
It's been a blast. It took me a while to sort of find a niche that I could do, and it's been fantastic. I started doing all video stuff. I started a website, BillOnTheRoad.com, and it started as a video site where I would go around and do, almost these human interest type stories, people, places, things. And then I quickly realized I really needed to pick one topic, the people, the places, or the things. And for whatever reason, I just picked places. So I started traveling around locally, or regionally rather, went to Louisville and went to Indianapolis and a couple other towns, and I did these videos on things, and I just thought, okay, this is it. This is what I want to do. And so I would do stories. I'd reach out to folks to do freelance articles and videos or whatever, and it just sort of took off. I'm now a proud member of the Midwest Travel Writers Association. I am doing probably, I think last year I did, 50 or so cities. I don't know. It's just been a blast. You get to meet a lot of really interesting people. And I quickly learned that, yes, going to the newest museum or tasting, the crazy food from different places, that's neat. But really, honest to God, it's the people that you meet when you travel across the country it's spectacular. People are fantastic everywhere, and I really wish people more and more would focus on the things that we have in common, because people are pretty good for the most part all across the country. It's been a really neat experience.
Well, I think it's great. Bill's put together a book simply titled 100 Things to Do in America Before You Die. Now, the other day, my wife and I were talking about this because we've always wanted to do, but we've never pulled the trigger on, is to rent an RV and go out west for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and show. Of course, now 2 of the kids are too old. They won't want to go with us. They'd be bored to death. But a book like this would really come in handy because you've been to a lot of those spots that you might pass along the way, just little things like eating lunch at the falls in Greenville, South Carolina. Now, I used to work in Greenville, South Carolina, and that's a beautiful spot. Falls Park, if you were driving through I-85 and you saw Greenville, If you hadn't read this book, you wouldn't even know that place was
Blow
there.
on by, yeah.
Exactly. You just fly on past the place.
Well, the book is full of experiences. There are a lot of really great travel books and a lot of great travel websites. But what I decided to do was I wanted to pick 100 things that you can do through travel that would tell the American story. And so, it took a lot of index cards all over the living room floor. I tried to get at least one thing from each state in the book. But if you went through that book and you did all of these things, even if you knew nothing about America, which seems highly unlikely, but if you didn't, you would get the story. There's everything from civil rights to culture to music to sports. Everything is in there, and each thing is an experience.
Absolutely. Lots of things that caught my attention, but just when you come across the fact that you come across just like the cheese curd thing from Wisconsin, just little things that I wouldn't have thought about seeing in a book that you had to do before you die. That impressed me because I love cheese too. So
well, and I'm not a big foodie. I'm kind of a skinny, finicky eater, and so certain things like that. Yeah, I mean, the cheese curds in Wisconsin are amazing. I talk about trying sweet tea in the South because if you have sweet tea around here, it's not the same.
No,
as
it's
it
not.
Is down in the South,
No.
Which sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Maybe they make it with love. Like I don't know.
They make it with molasses.
They do it
in some cases.
That is true.
Yeah,
and it is the way that they kind of. I have a recipe. I put a recipe in the book, so you can try it here if you want to. But yeah, everything in the book is an experience, and hopefully good ones for you.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, that's fantastic. I tease Bill about this because one thing that I've always remembered about him since we worked over there at Channel 4 is that you used to have a collection of Pez dispensers. Do you still have that?
I've got a collection of everything.
Do you really?
In fact, I'm going through my house now and just trying to get rid of things. Like I'm 37 and maybe I'm too young now, but I just I want to be a minimalist. Like I just want to get rid of everything. Like I just need like a little studio apartment somewhere. Plus I'm not home anyway, but so I do have some Pez dispensers.
You still have some of them. That's pretty awesome because I remember those things. So the book is 100 Things to Do in America Before You Die. Where can they buy it, Bill?
They can get it at a lot of different places. I would suggest you go to my website, billontheroad.com. In fact, this is a great week to have me on because I'm actually doing a little sale for Father's Day because it would make the perfect Father's Day gift.
Oh,
I mean, it really would. Dads love this kind of stuff. They don't need another tie or I don't know what your kids get you for Father's Day, but and then go
bottle
to
of bourbon,
billontheroad.com, and you can get a signed copy. That is the best place to go. Absolutely.
Awesome. BillOnTheRoad.com. Bill Clevlan, great to see you.
You too, sir. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Let me get to a commercial break here. 314-969-9797. We talked a lot about